What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah Fah. You already know what it is. Shout out to all my Reapers. Shout out to everybody in the world. Shout out to any new people that step in the building, catch us on playback. What's good? I hope everybody had a prosperous and healthy holiday, and I hope you guys what I'm saying, all safe on the new year and everybody doing their thing. Man, how do I? Hmm, I just don't even know what to say anymore. I guess we all, Randy Savage with, with the raspy voice. I guess we jumping off the top ropes. I guess, we want tables to be slid underneath the bottom rope to the opponents. I guess we want to see people crack with chairs. Better yet, we want to see somebody punch knocked over the ropes, driven, in the fight, even is in the back, in the backstage by the fans. We want it all. This is just really weird to me, this whole practice, of boxing, the fans and everything. I'm starting to become more disconnected from speaking to the fans of so-called boxing than, being disconnected from, the articles that are fraudulent that are even put out here. I just don't get it. Now, if anybody was sensible and anybody were looking at this, with a sound state of mind, you would have to say, bro, I don't give a flying fuck what the WBC is talking about. I don't give a shit about Tyson Fury, his flip-flopping, bipolar, freaking mental fucking issues, because you don't know which way, you don't know what the truth is with a bipolar individual. But I do know one thing. Since about 2018, going into 2022, starting tomorrow, man, listen, number one fighter in WBC hasn't got a title shot. What is there to argue about? Takes on all of the toughest opposition, has to walk the tougher road just to even get himself in the position. People still don't acknowledge it. Still not acknowledging the fact that this guy hasn't got a title shot. And what the fuck are we talking about? So clearly, when I look at all of this shit, the way I see it, this is how I see it. I see it like, yo, fans want the fake shit. You gotta want the fake shit because in a world where Tyson Fury hasn't even proven himself since Vladimir Klitschko, we could just give him passes on everything that he says. Dylan White has to fight his ass off. When it comes to Anthony Joshua, he's supposed to just forego everything that he's worked for and just give up that 50-50. So it pleases you guys. So all of our sensible business minds and everything that makes sense, we're just supposed to throw all of that shit out the window, just be irrational because that's who you favor. I just don't get it anymore. I really don't. And I wish somebody would help me understand why you guys can't see that a person who has built himself up from a kickboxer to a top tier, number one ranked fighter who hasn't even got a title shot yet would not accept or want to accept 80% of fucking Tyson Fury getting 80% of something and him getting 20% of nothing. Especially when this dude has already been a $5 million fighter, sells out the O2 on the regular. I could even point back to even showing you guys this motherfucker been selling out the O2 since 2018. This is 2000. This is 20,000 plus seats. And I can even point out the fact that every freaking time Tyson Fury has been on American soil, nobody can speak of financial success. So if we're going to say somebody expects an 80-20, is supposed to get an 80-20, it's supposed to be a marquee fighter. I don't know Tyson Fury to be that. Dude, it would take four fucking Tyson Fury events to fill out one Dillian White event. You see where I'm coming from? Like, yo, you gotta be worth that 80% that you claiming. Just because you jump out the whip, just because you jump in the whip, you a fat ass, then you jump out the whip and all of a sudden you losing weight and you just talk about screaming from the top of your lungs, you a lineal champion after you popped dirty back in 2016, get stripped of all your medal. Now everybody's just supposed to forget that shit. Yo, let's just sit on the sideline, forget everything that fucking happens, and just let this fat ass come back. And now all of a sudden he's a lineal champion. All of a sudden, you know, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, since we know he's knocked out a flat tire. We knew the guy was a flat tire when he fought him. We were just waiting for this dude to be stupid enough to just fall into the trap. He fell into the trap, and then we eventually end up falling into a trap as well for a guy who is going to consistently act like the flat tire that was before him. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. It seems like motherfuckers traded one cup of poison for a completely different cup of poison, and they don't give a fuck how it goes down. They don't. Let's think about this. If your favorite fighter was going 4 years, do you guys think that nobody will be saying shit? Does anybody think that anyone would be saying shit if your favorite fighter went 4 years without a title shot? Motherfuckers be screaming, scratching, clawing, you know what I'm saying, doing all types of wild shit, you know, like, bro. Motherfuckers be on the run like a slasher film for justice. Like, come on, bro. I get it's crazy to me. Boxing shouldn't be about a style you favor. Boxing shouldn't be about a fighter you favor or a situation you favor. And you should be completely dismissive of the injustices as long as it works with however you feel egotistically. It should be about whoever is really putting their best foot forward. They should get the proper outcome. It shouldn't be no 4-year delay, man. This type of languid behavior, I'm over it, bro. And it really fucks me up to know that everybody is comfortable with it. Why is that? Shout out to everybody in the building. I haven't looked down yet, but shout out to all of y'all. I'm going to get to the shout outs in a minute. I just want to open up with, so are we at the point of where, you know, we all snapping into some Slim Jims? We coming off the top rope. We showing, you know what I'm saying? We showing those, you know what I'm saying? What are they? 40-inch pythons, whatever the fuck Hulk Hogan be saying? Because it just seems like this is more of a, it seems like a lot of theatrics are going on here. Yo, and imagine that these dudes are trying to stretch out the corruption as far as they possibly can. Like, these dudes are trying to wring every bit of water they can as far as the corruption is concerned. They trying to wring it all out the rag. They trying to get every drop. And what I mean by that is the last leg that they literally have to stand on is trying to force this 80-20 through the fact of requesting it through Mauricio Suleiman. Mauricio Suleiman grants him that request. What was it? On Christmas or a couple of days after that? Recently. It couldn't have been no more than a week ago or a few days ago. You grant these guys that request. So, okay, you give them the 80-20 based on if it goes to the purse bid. But here's the deal. It only makes sense if they win. Bob Arum is fucking, yo. This dude is tighter than virgin pussy when it come to money. Tighter than a virgin's twat when it come to money. He ain't even want to put up no real money for his own fighter in Teofimo. What happened? Teofimo goes out on his own. Boom, $6 million splash. Bang. He fucked all that up. That's here nor there. So you really want to take this to purse bid, Bob? You really want to take this to purse bid, Bob? And I think people are missing what I'm saying here. Yo, Tyson Fury getting 80% of something and Dillian White getting 20% of nothing. He don't have to fall for that. Even if it is 80-20 and it goes to purse bid, I guarantee you guys will see the reality of the finances in the situation. What I'm saying by that is, do you think Eddie Hearn will put up $5 million at 25% for a Tyson Fury versus Dillian White fight? Shit, I don't even think Triller is even stupid enough to do that. Everybody can see how much, like, you gotta be a fool not to see how much money is in that fight. And then, damn, you put that shit in the UK, that shit gonna sell out a stadium. Only motherfuckers who are completely disingenuous with the practice of the sweet science, who ain't really paying attention to the sport, who don't really know what's going on, will sit up here and say, yo, this fight is a fucking bust. And it's really worth $5 million at 25%. You're a fucking goofball if you think that. And if you think that that's where Bob Arum, you think if that's what Bob Arum will throw out there, I'm here to freaking tell you that you would see a drastic increase in what he feels as though this fight is really deserving of. So all I'm saying is, yeah, they might have got to Mauricio. He might have said 80-20, but at the end of the day, I don't see Bob Arum winning the purse bid. And when you got a new kid on the block that's throwing around the type of money that Triller is throwing around, God damn it, if I'm Dillian White, I'm more than welcoming it. The numbers already show. People can say whatever the hell they want. They can speak on whatever numbers they want to speak on. But the fact of the matter is, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So if we look in past tense and we look all the way up to the present of Dillian White's finances, and we look at, Tyson Fury's and shit, and we look at his sales, man, I'm just saying. You take those two guys and you put those guys together. Look, man, it's way more lucrative than they're trying to make it out to be. Don't be fooled or hoodwinked by the bullshit that America is trying to kick. Because if America truly cared about how Dillian White was truly treated, you would hear something about it. It's been 4 years. How much have you heard about it? Nothing. I'd probably say that these motherfuckers are going out of their way to blanket the fire that is all of the corruption around Dillian White by constantly shooting it down, saying a Tyson Fury versus Dillian White fight won't matter, et cetera, et cetera. And just like I said in take two, listen, bro, America's ego can't handle all of the metal and all of the heavyweights getting all of the glory over in the UK. They can't stomach it, bro. They can't at all. Salute, JD. What's good? He said two hands. A scenario that could play out is that the WBC did this in favor of Bob because Bob wants to capitalize on the profit of the purse bid while still having his very last contract to fight with Fury. That's very true as well. And in all actuality, regardless of whatever is done, here's the scenario. If it does go to purse bid, Bob wants to throw up, Bob gonna have to do one or two things. He's either gonna have to beat those other guys that are involved in it, or if he doesn't beat those guys and Tyson Fury still doesn't vacate, of course Bob gets a nice percentage of the change. But shit, still, Tyson Fury got to do one or two things. You got to see the can man, or you got to vacate that thing. I just want people to understand this, bro. Like, it gets past the point of fucking fandom. It goes to what's right and what the fuck is wrong at the end of the day. And if you've been fucking front seat for all of the bullshit for the past 4 years, why not fucking stand your ground? The only time them motherfuckers is willing to bend or break is when he sick them lawyers on that ass. That's fucking terrible. And it's beyond Dillian White for me when I think about it, because who else is it going to be? Who's it going to be next? Who's it going to be? That's my issue. Shout out to George, the last Patriot. He said, you sound different. New audio system. Nah, not at all. Drinking coffee, my voice might be a little raspy or something. I have no idea. Dottie Line salute. John B. Poetic. Happy New Year to you too, brother. Uncle Phil was popping. Don't ask me. Fake like four kings that won't fight each other. Hit the link. I'm busy. I ain't really hitting no links right now, doggy, but that's what it do. Dillian been getting screwed for about 3 or 4 years now. Uncle Phil, it needed to me 50-50. Honestly, if you want to be honest about the fact, Dillian White has a better claim at 50-50 than most others, because Dillian White has already proven his marquee value. Like Tyson Fury, if it comes down to the finances, Tyson Fury has way more to prove than a Dillian White. Way more to prove than a Dillian White. Tyson, that's why I showed all the Tyson Fury financials since he's been on American soil. Because what he did before that, it don't matter, because he wasn't really selling shit then. So what he's done currently is what should be focused on. And if we look at the numbers that are presented to us, it will show us that Tyson Fury has done nothing but fucking flop. Straight belly flop. It hasn't been good. It hasn't been good at all. So why are we going to sit up here and act like, yo, this dude is deserving of so fucking much? Like, yo, motherfuckers is really saying 80-20, take it or leave it. Yo, he should be pretty much happy to worship the ground Fury walk on 5 million to 25%. Yo, he should be happy enough to take that. But, that just tells me how disconnected we really are from, what's really important in the sport. And people really got to get back to what the truth of the matter really is. I guess people have been, so comfortable with the injustices that boxing constantly brings 24/7 that, we're just comfortable, we're comfortable enough to go along with it. If it sound good to us, I guess. I don't know. But for me, I never go for that shit, man. Like, we got to switch up. I would take my own advice. Hey, man, look, man. Look, the starting number should have been 10 million with an upside of the pay-per-view. That should have been the starting number. They shouldn't need that $5 million shit, bro. Come on, man. That can't be where we starting at. Like, get the fuck out of here. If Team Fury base pay on the fighters' last two fights, how much are they offering? Considering Ruiz, considering one of his last two fights was AJ, Ruiz was a unified champion, had a venue built for him. Some people just follow illogical bullshit. A lot of people do. And the problem, I think it's beyond the fighters that are punch drunk. I think all of the fans of boxing are punch drunk. Like, yo, if you've been involved in a fucking idiot's practice consistently, for years on out, I think it's just gotten to the point to where people don't even know what's what. Half of the people don't even know what the rules are. I've even got people in the comment section when I'm showing you what the rules are in the WBC handbook. 55, 45, champion, interim champion. We can negotiate a 60-40, depending the circumstances. The only time that you can request a bigger percentage is if you are the bigger fighter and it makes sense. What has Tyson Fury done besides flop on American soil? So when people speak of him being deserving of an 80-20, I would say, why does he deserve it? Where is this lineal champion that you speak of? Tyson Fury didn't become a champion until he beat that bum-ass motherfucker Deontay Wilder, that doo-doo face, skid mark motherfucker. Where is his value? Because he damn sure ain't showed you what he's worth on his own shit. First fight, what? 9,000. First fight, 8,000 seats. Second fight, 5,000 seats. When they fought Deontay Wilder the first time, they couldn't fill up the arena. The second time, they couldn't even break even. The third time, it sold 200,000 less buys than the second fight. And of course, the second fight should have been bigger based on the controversy. So once again, where is his value? Dillian Whyte has been fighting top 10 opponents on a sold-out basis for how many years now? And people are still dismissive of it. So I really think that all of the bullshit, all of the smoke and mirrors that have been going around boxing consistently, people have gotten drunk on it. Boxing is one big matrix. They are blue-pilled as fuck, and they don't even know what the truth is, be able to differentiate the truth from the lie. I make sure that I highlight the facts of the matter with every video. Fuck all the time I put in the shit. Pay attention to the facts. Do people pay attention to the facts? No, they care about what they feel. So I guess, like I said, I guess we off the top ropes with the shit. I guess we sliding in tables. I guess, you know what I'm saying? We motherfucking DDTing motherfuckers off the goddamn pundits table. What are we doing here? Y'all just don't understand how bad this gets. Well, I'm sure most of the reapers, all my reapers already know, but people really don't understand how bad it gets from this point. If y'all continue to accept this, then I swear to God, motherfucker, look, man. Get ready for the fucking roided heroes. Get ready for all of the freaking, the languid mandatories. Get ready for all of, you know what I'm saying, the sideline blue chip fighters, because this is what I think. You want to know what is the biggest threat to modern era boxing right now? Motherfuckers that are real. They don't like you if you're real. They don't like you if you got dog in you. They don't like you if you want to fight all the toughest opponents. That's not what they're trying to push here. They are trying to push the image that they want to be portrayed on the sport, and they want anybody who is willing to go along and keep relationships, toe the line, and not, ruffle the fucking feathers of these fucking flamingos. That's what they want. Case in point, Terrence Crawford does all of the right shit, regardless of whether the biggest fight in the world, and he's a WBO champion at 147, would be Errol Spence. And let's try to bring these Infinity Stones together. People shit on an undisputed champion at 140, freaking champion at 135, and a champion at 147, going straight up and fucking washing the guy that Manny Pacquiao had problems with. But all people talked about was he don't fight nobody. He needs to fight a real guy at 147 trying to play games of dodgeball, throw him this way, throw him that way. Teofimo Lopez's title clearly is disputed. So if it's disputed, you can't be undisputed, motherfucker. People were okay with the freaking Ring Magazine title and all of that because once they little Lomo got beaten, all of a sudden now everybody's Team Tio. F. Devin Haney, he an email champion. Now he the one doing all the tough guy shit and really proving it. Teofimo tends to be a sucker. Damn dear Ricky Martin Garcia, he playing the sucker. All these dudes playing the sucker. And now George Kambosos is acting shaky. You know, I ain't going there yet because we still got a little ways to go before I go full throttle on that. But I can show you Anthony Joshua, all of the groundwork he put in, reviving fucking the sport of boxing, everything that he's done to the game. What do people want? They want him to throw all of the shit that he worked hard for to the wayside, bend over and take it however these fans want it. So time and time again, real one after real one after real one after real one consistently gets disrespected in the sport, gets dismissed, put to the side. It's okay for Oscar Valdez to freaking pop dirty. It's okay for Oscar Valdez to freaking defend his title after popping dirty. And, you know, let's completely be dismissive of that. But all of the real ones just got to take that. This shit is bad boy all over again. And we don't need no Diddy's doing business in the sport of boxing because we know how Diddy do business. Shit. So all I'm saying is it is an assault on the real ones in the game. It's an assault on all of the real fighters who really want to do real things in the game. And let's just wave a fucking flag. Let's just wave a flag for the fake. All of the fakes are welcome. All of the real fighters get criticized. Don't matter if it's whoever you want to name. Whoever it is, show me one real dude that ain't really getting shitted on. So when I sit up there and I say, yo, I'm really looking at boxing and I'm seeing everything that's going on, like, yo, how could you not see it? How could you not see it? Like, this isn't an alpha male dominant sport no more. It's not. And the conversations that's based around it, when I listen to fans and when you base it on the rights and the wrongs, the blatant rights and the wrongs, it seemed like they conversations got a lot softer too. Shit like you can't even have a disagreement or disagree with a perspective without everybody thinking you're fucking arguing. The toxicity is trickled down in such a way that, you know, we don't even understand. All of the fans supposed to be team. We supposed to be team us and understand that they always working against us. And the only leg we got to stand on is how we fucking feel. So if everybody perspectives is riding for what's wrong, we're going to consistently see wrong shit. Like, bro, it ain't nothing but a bunch of females out giving interviews, you know what I'm saying, with masculine energy. It's a bunch of beta male dudes out here giving interviews with beta male simp type energy that don't even want to ask no real questions. And like, look, man, this is how you get 4 years of injustice. This is how you get it. Because on one hand it's cool, on the other hand it's not. For one fighter, he should do all of the, he should just throw away all his respect. Other fighter, he should freaking hold it, especially when he ain't even done nothing, you know what I'm saying, for us to give it to him. Give me a break, man. Give me a break, man. This shit is crazy to me. He can't stand to hear a different opinion from his own. Like that shit is going to convince someone of anything, but he's annoying. Who y'all talking about? Who y'all talking about? What, somebody in this joint spamming us some shit? Elms Tana salute. Fury just had a tough fight and has been drinking a lot since the Wilder fight. They don't want a hard fight. Fury wants a tune-up. It seems like Fury's whole career is based around a tune-up and is based around, being, it's based around strategy, man. It's based around, who he feel is a wounded duck or how he feels as though he can take advantage of something. Because look, man, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. at the end of the day, if I would look at Fury's moves and I would look at how Fury even got back in the game, you would see that motherfucker looked at Deontay Wilder like, yo, this is my opportunity. Being overweight and all of that shit is beneficial in me getting towards that title. That motherfucker desperately need a name. Let me go ahead and hoodwink this dude. How many videos can I show of Tyson Fury saying he's never fancied the Dillian White fight? Why is that? Y'all think that this dude don't like how did we slip so far mentally seeing ahead when you hear a guy who is supposed to be a professional fighter, a champion at that, constantly say, oh, the dude's a bag of bones, he's a bum, this guy's a bum, that guy's a bum, I'll dispose of him in 6 rounds or less, etc., but you never see him do any of the above. I come from a world where if it's so easy, you gonna demonstrate that shit. If it's so easy, you gonna demonstrate it. First sign of this dude becoming his mandatory, he wanted to Riddick Bowe the belt. So is it really that easy, or is it that fucking hard? Because easier shit, motherfuckers run to it. When it's harder, you know what I'm saying, you're a little bit more, apprehensive about, putting yourself in the mix of that shit. But now everybody think, I guess every big dog in the world who is unproven, it's like, yo, it's all based on unicorn theories. Yo, I don't want to fight that dude. I smash him anyway. Why anybody need to see that? That motherfucker right there is a tough guy. Are you kidding me? What is happening? What's going on out here? The Mirror UK newspaper reported the 80-20 confirmed, and everybody else fed off that story. I haven't seen an official release from the WBC. Mauricio, from what I saw, Michael Benson put out, the WBC confirmed the request of Bob Arum, on the 80-20 when it comes to the purse bid split. So that has been confirmed. I know because I've seen it from a couple of reputable sources, but that's a fact. That's a fact. And I keep pointing to the fact of, like, yo, you're really gonna see how much these motherfuckers think this fight is worth and how much people are valuing a Dillian White versus Tyson Fury fight by the purse bid. Because he can't just come in there playing around tiptoeing with $5 million at 25. You only get one shot. You only got one shot at this motherfucker, so you better not miss. You better not miss. So play around with it if you want to. I'm begging for a purse bid because, like I said, with the Triller splash that, you know what I'm saying, and the money they're investing right now, what the zone is doing right now, man, for me, it's a win-win if it gets out of the hands of Top Rank. Facts over feelings. You know the rules, right? Who the fuck are y'all talking about? Oh my God. I'm still riding with Loma. I think he's still the best at 135. Man, I don't know. Because every time I hear conversation, it's like he willing to fight everybody except Devin Haney. Devin Haney got both hands raised. This motherfucker is doing gymnastics at press conferences, pulling up to every fight, sideline to sideline. He like, look, any of these top motherfuckers, give them to me. I want them. And then every time it's Kambosos? Kambosos? Like, what about Devin Haney? Kambosos? Fuck, man. Like, for real. I don't think none of them dudes got Devin Haney number. None of them. And I've been saying it since day one. And once again, it's pointing to when motherfuckers look at somebody like a problem, why ain't they rushing to the arms of it? And then when I go back, when I'm like, yo, you had the opportunity to fight the kid, you franchised out, you know what I'm saying? You come up off your L, he willing to fucking smoke you out. I had his father on Reaper Gang Radio Live, and I even asked the question, and they even said, shit, even with you just taking the loss, they still was willing to smoke your boots. You still don't want to fight. This dude, he ain't even really proved. Like, look, Loma proven on some level. Is he a tactician? Yes. But has he proven himself against the right opponents? Not for me. Not for me. Dude got to show a little bit. He got to show a lot more. I expect more out of these fighters, man. And like I said, when I see dudes start to talk a certain way, you start to lose me, bruh. And once again, when people try to, erase your losses and all of that stuff and throw you to the top of the pound for pound list, oh man, I see what the fuck is going on now. I see what's going on now. Have we found one, ladies and gentlemen? Have we found one? Is this Hollywood? Is this Hollywood all coming together? Oh, no, 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 no. We not making no great white hypes. We not doing none of that shit. We're going to build these motherfuckers organically. Don't try to erase no losses. Don't try to do none of that. We got Showbiz the adult running around with his fucking goofy bug-eyed ass looking like one of them goddamn goldfish with the weird eyes in the fishbowl, talking about goddamn Lomachenko is better than Floyd Mayweather. Do you see where is it fucking disconnect here? Hello, breaker. We have a motherfucking disconnect. This bitch ass nigga done lost his mind. I'm a huge fan of Loma. Huge fan of Loma, but I ain't a huge fan of how everybody can play this motherfucking intricate game of dodgeball when it comes to Devin Haney. Somebody fight this dude. Somebody fight this dude because I'm cool with every time I look back and I can pull up 80% of these niggas dogging him out from when they were saying he wasn't fighting nobody to the point where he comes to fighting somebody. When he's trying to prove himself, don't nobody want to get in the ring with him. And I can look back on all of the motherfucking shit where everybody done put Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, and anybody else at 135 you can think of before him, calling him soft. People give freaking Devin Haney shit for goddamn getting wobbled by a dude with a certified right hand and a multi-weight champion and Jorge Linares at 135 pounds. But everybody dismissive of Ryan hitting the canvas. Everybody dismissive of freaking Lomachenko getting knocked on his ass by that same dude. Devin Haney just completely just made that nigga look bad. He put Loma on his ass. I'm not here defending one or the other. I'm just pointing out where it's different, bro. It's just different when it comes to certain topics. And I already know why. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, here's the deal. Man, who gonna step up, man? Who gonna step up, man? We got George Kambosos. He on Twitter talking about taking goddamn polls about who should he fight next over goddamn what 50% of the world says he should fight Loma. So is it really undisputed, or do motherfuckers is it really disputed, or motherfuckers just really want to see Loma with a title so bad? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, if it was Tank Davis or any one of them niggas, motherfuckers wouldn't be going for it. They'd be screaming to the top of the moon. But when it's goddamn Lomachenko, don't nobody got shit to say about it. Happy New Year's to you, Carlos. Salute, my guy. Man, look, man. That dude, these dudes, man, like yo, I swear to God, I wish I could be a virus. I wish I had a special power and I could be a virus and I could jump in motherfuckers' computers and just completely just wipe all their footage. Like, I swear to God, I wish I could be a fucking virus and just like randomly just jump in niggas' computers. Like, what's my nigga name? Molecule Man. Nasty. If anybody read comics, you would know Molecule Man is fucking nasty. I wish I could play Molecule Man, just jump in niggas' computers, fuck all they shit up and be like, oh, this nigga talking some nut ass shit. Let me go ahead and slide some truth in here. Just play a bug, pop up like an anonymous with a V for Vendetta shirt on and be like, this is a virus. I have completely taken over your computer for a violation of pure fuck shit. Fuck shit, lies, and corruption. I just want to say, your shit is officially shut down. You can't talk boxing no more. Anytime you try to fire this bitch up, I'll blow it up. Let me just be a virus. Let me just be a computer virus on my downtime, a little malware or something. I ain't trying to fuck you up too bad. I'm just trying to fuck you up enough so you shut the fuck up. Like yo, let's just keep the same energy, man, all around the board. We got people have a problem with that. This nigga said if he's not, he's 110% curry duck sauce. If Errol take that belt from Ugas, He offering Bud 80-20. Shit, John. Hey, John B. He was already offering this man 80-20 before he even got the belt from Ugas. This man already felt as though he's the most desired person at 147. The whole practice of Floyd Mayweather got this man talking this A side, B side malarkey already when this dude ain't even proved himself. Like, come on, bro. Like, listen, man. And it's just funny to me how everybody will always say that, oh, Terrence fought the broken guy. He fought the broken guy. Didn't Errol win his belt off fighting the broken guy, allegedly? Like I'm saying, man, like where they energy at? Where they energy at? Y'all motherfuckers really going at it in the comment section right now. This shit is crazy. Fury is a constant victim, born premature. Dropped from team, great victim for gypsy heritage, persecuted for his religion, body shame, slut body shame, slut shame, mental health. Where's the warrior? I have no idea. Like I said, the dude said he's bipolar. He could be happy one day and the next day he could be fucking melancholy as fuck. So with that being said, how can anybody ever trust the words that come out of their mouth out of a bipolar, mentally unstable, fractured individual? I just don't get it. I don't get it. That's why I'm just at the point where nothing Fury says, I really digest like that. More or less, with me and Tyson Fury, it's more like actions speak louder than words. Honestly, with the whole boxing world, with me, it's actions speak louder than words. Because for real, motherfuckers talk about a lot of shit that never fucking happens. Motherfuckers big up a lot of motherfuckers who ain't never made nothing happen. And here's the truth of the matter. Every fighter that we favor, honestly, they haven't proven themselves. None of them. Some who we will believe are top crop, they've been blackballed from being able to prove themselves. And the other individuals that are champions who, you know, might have had an easier go at it and have a lackluster resume, they won't engage into a war that really tests them. So all around the boxing world, I could see a whole bunch of individuals that's not proven from any champion that you think of. The only person that really tried as of recently to really separate himself from the pack entirely by fighting Alexander Usyk, never turning down his mandatories and constantly fighting top opposition and not wanting no easy task, is Anthony Joshua. Dillian White has tried time and time again, but he can't get a hold of the top dogs. Look, 4 years now. So, you know, I mean, shit, who else? Terrence Crawford, shit. I mean, the jury's still out on Canelo. I mean, it don't matter who you name, all of them. Any division damn near, maybe except Naoya Inoue. But even he, people gonna put a roadblock in his way because they know he gonna fuck up the dinner plate for him. So they'll just avoid that problem instead of just getting hit with an early round body shot and fucking pissing blood in the evening. Like you like listen, man. And as long as we got individuals like Mauricio Suleiman who are more than comfortable with taking phone calls, you know, going against, you know, putting in fucked up loopholes in his rule book so people can call and they can, you know, manipulate an 80-20, you know, per split situation to go in their favor, garners, you know, a percentage of, you know, the pay and the other promotional pay up front, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, Mauricio Suleiman could get a freaking handsome chunk of those sanctioning fees. You know, like those are just some of the many situations that are always gonna tarnish what boxing is supposed to represent. Now, if boxing is supposed to represent the best has to offer, since when have we seen it? Like, for real, the only division right now I could say, when have we seen it? That's if MJ Akhmadaliev and Cool Boy Steph unify. And then we'll be able to say, yo, there was solidarity in that fucking division. You know, that's the one division, you know, I could really praise it and give thanks to, you know, considering all of the bullshit. And also, you know, once they're done with, you know, the tournament with Quadrajas, El Gallo, Chocolatito, and my man Rung Visai. So it's outside of that, and you see those are divisions that aren't really popular with certain parts of the world. So it's just like, yo, there's no definitive like how can I put it? Like we don't have like we really can't stamp like anybody that's out here moving for whatever reason the case may be. But ultimately it just boils down to, you know, the politics are really fucked up and the fan like look, and I understand the politics are all the way twisted, but y'all want to know what scares me more than the politics of boxing? The fans scare me more than anything. Because believe it or not, we're going to be the reason that, once again, elbows flying off the top rope, tables coming in from the bottom rope, you know what I'm saying? DDTs on the pundits table. We're going to be the reason for that shit because of the arguments and because of the game of round robin people consistently like to play with these unicorn theories, with these unicorn ass champions and these like and just being dismissive of real wars. I don't know. I really because look, you literally can expect Mauricio Suleiman to be who he's gonna be. Shit, you type in corruption in boxing, he pops up literally as the #1 most corrupt organization in boxing. Like all across the board. I kid you not. So what I'm saying is we expect them to do what they do, but it takes you know what I'm saying, a foot on the gas from like guys like Teddy Atlas when I always bring up the Rod Salker, Danny Garcia situation, or like when you think about the Sergio Martinez situation with the WBC when freaking what's my guy name? Lou DiBello went off. Like, you know, there are several situations that you could point to, but it has to be another individual of power to be able to roadblock that shit. But when it comes down to the fans and everybody is just like they've got their minds made up without any solidarity on who's really putting forth they best foot forward, it's more just like a popularity contest. This is where it gets scary because now, like I said, you can blue pill the whole game and make this shit look wild, weird, wild fugazi. And honestly, you know, the hardcore boxing fans will get fucking, you'll just get smothered. You'll get just like marked out. People won't even see you because it'll just be boxing. The boxing world will just be overwhelmed with a bunch of stupid motherfuckers, man. Like that movie I watched with what's the dude name? Luke Wilson or some shit like that. Idiocracy. Like where everybody was dumb as shit on the planet and this dude had an average fucking IQ and he was like smarter than everybody on the fucking planet. And it's just like no matter how loud you and everybody thinks this dude is a fucking genius and he has the IQ of a 6-year-old basically. It's like that's the world we could possibly be living in the next few years. Like, bro, look at it. Look at everything that's happened. Look at the Mayweather model. Look at how the PBC's done ran, you know what I'm saying? Like certain levels of honor and respect boxing has to offer into the ground. And Floyd, an all-time great. And look at how everybody running this shit into the ground and nobody has a problem with it. And then beyond that, the tribalism, no, not the tribalism, but the bigotry and the racism that a lot of people like to kick is starting to freaking just oversaturate the sport. So it's to the point now where is the real gonna win? I don't know. Like I said, I'm more scared of the fans because the fans like position is ushering in all of this bullshit. Like, it's easier to be, it's easy. Like, I don't, like, everybody is comfortable going along and getting along. I would rather, I got to stand out, bro. I would like to think everybody else would like to stand out, stand on their own too, and really make conscious decisions on and have a conscious interpretation on the bullshit that they see in boxing 24/7. For real, I just don't know. Gerard, appreciate you with the super sticker, my brother. Hope you're having a happy new year. Y'all motherfuckers are all the way tripping. Arlen, what's good, sexy? Happy New Year, though. What the fuck? What is why is xenophobia like the topic right now? This shit is out of control. This motherfucker said he might just be lomophobic. Oh my god, you dudes. I'm just reading these comments and I'm going through it and I'm really having to laugh at it because y'all got some shit. Y'all got some shit going on here. Brian, what's going on, my brother? Happy New Year to you. All of y'all like I'm trying to look. I'm looking for the next question. But you know, why the big fish keep jumping out the water when Bud is around? Because man, it's like this, man. When Bud come through, man, like when Bud come through, they hear a squeaky bicycle, bro. It's like the squeaky bicycle on the block, or it's like when an orca's like 15 feet from shore and shit like that. Like all the seals just jumping out the water, scared as fuck. But it's like an orca and a seal, like, yo, you can't. Here's the thing. Bud being the orca that he is, the killer whale that he is, you don't understand the type of intelligence that a killer whale got. So all of the seals that think they can just jump in shallow water at 147, hide on the rocks and all of that, these motherfuckers done figured, like, yo, them motherfuckers done figured out how to make it in the shallow water and still bite the fuck out and eat the fuck out your ass. So basically what I'm saying, metaphorically speaking, is, man, look, real killers always find a way to adapt and get a hold of their motherfucking food. So they can try to jump, run, you know what I mean? Flip, swim out the way, bird call, all the homies, all they want. But either way, we gonna get a hold of you. Or I should say he's gonna get a hold of you because I ain't punching nobody. So go ahead and play all of them games. I just think, like, once again, nobody likes the alphas, man. Nobody likes the alphas. As a matter of fact, if you're an alpha male and you're in this chat, if you're an alpha male in your walk of life, you ain't got to say that shit out loud. You know what I'm saying? You live that shit through action. I promise you, like this, man, the world is calling you toxic behind your back or even to your face. Or they trying to cancel you and everything about you because you are a threat. Bud Crawford, threat. Dillian White, threat. You know what I mean? Dimitri Bivol, threat. A lot of these dudes, threat. Andre, the one people call Doodoo Andre and all that, threat. I know what it is. I don't favor no color. I don't favor no style or nothing. I favor niggas that let their nuts hang. Pause, man. I favor people that ain't willing to back down. If you want it, you can get it. As a champion, it should be you want it, you can get it. Like when you sitting in your throne for something, like, look, man, I thought when kings are dealing with people that are trying to challenge their position, a true king really goes out of his way to motherfucking smash the person who challenges his authority based on the fact that when you rule with an iron fist. And if it looks to anybody that you show any signs of weakness or that you can break, then anybody could try you for your position in holding the crown. So you automatically go ahead and take those guys out and get them out your way. Why do we have all of these champions, all of these so-called kings, but when they look at the opponent that is that's challenging their throne, why is it that they always don't even see them there? They act like they can't even see them. They don't even want to get engaged in warfare with them. I've never known through all of history anybody's position to ever be challenged and them motherfuckers not get them out the way. It's like the movie Troy, one of my favorite movies, great movie if you've never seen it. And even though it ain't got nothing to do with boxing, you could take a lot of boxing lessons out of that shit. When Achilles' cousin got killed, and Hector really did think it was Achilles, because Achilles trained him and shit like that. He ain't want to sit on the sideline. What did Achilles do? He rode up to the front gate. He screamed Hector to the top of his lungs about 50 times. What did everybody up on this council try to do? Generals, king, wife, brother, even try to shoot an arrow at him when he was down there calling on some cheap shit, because you know he a bitch ass nigga. All of them try to do everything to get out of, you know what I'm saying? Try to get him to not go down there. Because why? Because they knew Achilles was a dog. But on the other side of the shore, before Achilles even touched it, whose name was being mentioned as one of the greatest warriors to walk the face of the earth? Hector. What did Hector do? Hector went down there, win, lose, or draw, in front of my family, in front of my kids, or whoever. I'ma defend this throne. Win, lose, or draw. You just ain't gonna sit up there while somebody throwing rocks, screaming your name, and act like they don't exist. If a motherfucking Achilles pull up and he's screaming for Hector, Hector's supposed to go down there and give him what he asking for. Win, lose, or draw. Where the fuck all the Hectors in the boxing world? So basically what I'm saying is, if you challenge for it, you go out there and you meet that shit head on. Marvin Hagler, he rocked like motherfucking Hector. Win, lose, or draw. Julio Cesar Chavez rocked the same way. All of the greats rocked the same way, but it seemed like today we got some more I don't remember what Hector's brother name was. We got some more shoot you in the fucking Achilles heel type bitch ass niggas running around. They just trying to sneak a victory and shit. They can't even barely lift their goddamn shield up. It's a weird practice. I've never known a king not to want to defend the throne. You know what I mean? Like I do think there is supposedly some truth to Troy. I know Achilles really existed. I know that's where the Achilles heel and all that, the term Achilles heel and all of that shit come from. But as far as all of the action and what really went down, I don't really know. But one thing that remains true in the movie is, if Achilles pulls up to the gate, you ain't just gonna hide behind the walls. Hector gonna bring his ass down there, sword, shield, and spear, and he gonna motherfucking try to take their head off. Because that's what real men do. That's what alphas do. You know what? I need more Hectors in the boxing world, man. Nah, Brody, bro, I don't really be doing no links. No bullshit. I ain't a link kind of guy. For real. Rachel, Happy New Year's. Listen, man. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all done having y'all slap boxing match in the goddamn comment section yet? Yeah, great. Bud ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Bud got his what's that joint that you find? Bud got his GPS locator on. He got his sonar popping. He out there looking for all the big fish in the sea. We don't want no minnows. We want nothing but straight big dogs. We want 10 pounds. We want 10 pounds or better. Fresh water. We want at least a 10-pound largemouth or smallmouth bass. If it's goddamn salt water, goddamn it, I want about a 20-pound mahi. Fuck with me. He said, "Oh shit!" He said, "It's already 12:50 in the UK." Well, Happy New Year's. I ain't crossed that mark yet. But when I get there, I'm gonna be really drunk. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Blue, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, how many of these guys, man? How many of these guys are gonna be dismissive of anybody that call you out? Yo, if somebody pulls up to your house right now and they trying to smoke you out, your kids in there, your wife in there, whatever, fist all balled up, trying to disrespect you in front of wifey, what you gonna do? You gonna call 12 or you gonna knock them the fuck out? I really need to know, because that's gonna tell me a lot about what type of person you are. If you ain't got no gun on him, if you ain't got no knife on him, if he just coming with straight hands, disrespect your wife, you outside, you know what I'm saying? The kids in there, whatever. disrespecting you on your property, are you going to call 12? That's the cops for those who don't know. Or you going to knock him the fuck out? Man, I know what I'm doing. I'm defending my honor. Because one thing I do know is this, man. Regardless of belief, man, motherfuckers don't respect no suckers, man. So how the hell are we going to continue to try to respect suckers in boxing? Yo, did y'all hear Canelo said? Y'all hear what Eddie Reynoso said about Usyk? Do you hear what Eddie Reynoso said about Usyk? And if anybody says it in the chat that they know what I'm talking about, you already know where I'm going with this. You already know where I'm going with this. You already know where I'm going with this. Did you guys hear what Eddie Reynoso said about Alexander Usyk? If you heard it, then y'all already know where I'm going with this. Just strap in because I'm going somewhere and I'm taking y'all motherfuckers with me. I don't care if you don't want to ride or not. Y'all bitches getting in the car today. So just hop in, strap in, and enjoy the music, motherfuckers. Does anybody know? There you go, Mr. T. There you go, Mr. T. Usyk is not an option. Now, see, this is what I find funny. Now, Eddie Reynoso goes out of his way to the WBC convention, known as Sam Lickowitz or Lackowitz or however you pronounce his name. Sorry if I butchered it, buddy, but hey, it's just the way it is. I'm just saying. When they went down to that WBC convention, they tried to, become, Usyk's man. Canelo's mandatory or whatever. Eddie Reynoso comes through and say, hey, we're fighting Alonga Mukabu, and we're trying to request that fight at cruiserweight, knowing, the new Bridgerweight weight stipulations and all of that. Hey, Alonga Mukabu still has, a mandatory obligation that he has to face before he fights, before he can even fight Canelo. So when Usyk, an undisputed heavyweight champion, an undisputed cruiserweight champion, but it was really, the body of a full cruiserweight, skills pay the bills. Shout out to that dude. He said that he's willing to come down to cruiser and have that fight with Canelo, only under one stipulation. If he can go back up to heavyweight, retrieve his titles, and continue to kick ass and take names and kiss babies while he's doing it. Now, it's funny to me that Eddie Reynoso can fight a cruiserweight champion and Alonga Mukabu, completely skip over 175, what they have to offer, considering Artur Beterbiev is right there, and considering Dimitri Bivol is right there, and considering the fact that they already said that they would never go back to 175, and Eddie Reynoso stated in 2019 in an article in January or 2020, I believe, that it is completely unfair for anybody to ask him to go up to heavyweight. While Canelo comes back behind that and says the only reason people want to see me fight at 175 is because they want to see me lose. Yes, it's in a video I just did. I think 3 videos ago. Check it out if you think I'm fucking lying. Now, you don't have no smoke for Usyk, and that's a fight that you would never take, but you got time for Alonga Mukabu, and you got time to sit on the sideline and wait for him. Oh, my God. What makes Alonga Mukabu so special? What makes, Alexander Usyk so hands-off, considering that, he's a cruiserweight as well, technically. And he said he's willing to shave the weight, do whatever he has to do to have the fight. The only stipulation is he wants to go back to heavyweight and be champion. So you know where I'm going with this, right? Y'all know where I'm going with this, right? So when people say that Canelo picks and chooses his opponent strategically and he's got Eddie Reynoso behind him doing the same thing, how could you not deny it? Why? I told you. This dude picked Alonga Mukabu because Tony Bellew starts them in 3 rounds, and they think it's easy work. They don't even want to have to worry about David Benavidez being on his ass. You want to know why that is? Because he said he would never fight a Mexican fighter. No, I know that. So what is all of this? What is all these finicky issues? What is it about Alexander Usyk that's so hands-off? But what is it about Alonga Mukabu that's so hands-on? And we know that he has a mandatory in front of him. And he's so eloquently willing to sit around and wait for this dude. You can't tell me it don't look like what it looked like. You can't tell me it don't sound like what it sound like. Because it looked like what it looked like, it sound like what it sound like, and it smelled like what it smelled like. And I smell, I'll let y'all go ahead and add whatever y'all want to put at the end of that shit. Nah, fuck that pussy. Hey, I said it. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you don't agree with it. You want to know why he'll never fight Usyk at cruiser, even with the new weight stipulation? Because of Bridger? Is because Usyk has what? Movement. Usyk has hand speed. Usyk has the ability to put monster combinations together, move around you, make you look sick in the ring. He don't want no parts of that. Mr. No Knee having Canelo. Come on, man. I'm just saying. I just go based off of what people say. And then, oh, nah, you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. Brian, you don't want to fight. Look. Go back. The article just came out, what, today? It just came out today, I believe. I just posted it on my Twitter. I believe Boxing Scene put it out. I'm 90% sure it's from Boxing Scene. But the point of the matter is this, man. The point of the matter is this. This dude he's never even stayed around to defend his 168 title. Automatically jumps up to cruiserweight, completely skipping over, light heavy. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? You pick a dude that basically nobody is familiar with. When I say the name of Lungu Makabu, I guarantee 75% of the people that are listening are going to hear this shit. Them motherfuckers are like, wait a minute, I got to box wreck this shit. Like, I legit got to box wreck this shit. Who is this guy? But you know what? Better yet, let's clap it up because he has a WBC title. Like I said, man, just because a dude has a title, it don't make it a test. And just because you jumping up in weight don't necessarily mean that, you know what I'm saying, you going through this or you going through that. Like, so what? We just going to congratulate this dude for just doing whatever. We just going to keep congratulating this dude for doing whatever, but coming out and stating all of the freaking hopscotch, you know what I'm saying, pussy shit that he be stating in the goddamn newspapers, man. In the articles, excuse me. Like, come on, bro. You can't be dismissive of this shit. Oh, you ain't gonna fight no light heavyweights. Then you go up there and you fight Kovalev after you see him almost get starched by Anthony Yarde. Oh, you want to fight Alan Mukaba because he got starched in 3 rounds by Bellew. Because here's the deal. Canelo can only have, there's only a few options for Canelo that make sense, bro. You either gonna fight David Benavidez and entertain that. You're going to fight Artur Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol, because you already been up to 175, so you can no longer use the excuse that people want to see you lose. And the fact that you stated that people want to see you lose at 175 pounds after you just fought Sergey Kovalev up there. So what is it? Are you literally just focusing your time on flat tires right now? Like, bro, like it comes to a point to where I'm just one of these individuals where I'm just tired of people always making 8,000 excuses for everything this man does, bro. It's obvious this man cleared out the weakest division in boxing. It's obvious this man don't want nobody to test him based on whatever his skill set is. If they're better in certain areas, he don't want to see that shit. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. But me saying this shit, I'm a hater. But if anybody would know anything about me, they know I'm a fan of the dude. I think he's a highly skilled fighter, but I think he's a highly strategic ducking motherfucker as well. I don't care if you winning titles in divisions or whatever. It don't mean that you visiting the best opponents. Like, yo, you can go through division shit. Okay, niggas can get titles beating Cornelius Brundage. Like, yo, you can get titles damn near fighting all type of bums. All types of bums. But it don't make you great. And when I sit up there and I consistently say, yo, in his biggest moments, he's come up short. And I'm like, yo, all right, shit's starting to look a certain way. Look, man, all I'm asking is, you know what I'm saying, let's just acknowledge it for what it is. And if people don't believe that, I mean, look, it's just my opinion, but I'm just saying, I'm just not basing I'm not being like, I ain't being premature with how I throw my opinions out there. I'm basing that shit off of years of activity and what is literally taking place. Man, this dude ain't never gave a when does the dude fought somebody y'all wanted to see him fight? For real. For real. And I don't want to hear no bullshit about Avani Yildirim, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, or Callum Smith, or any of them dudes, Liam Smith or any of them dudes was the dudes y'all wanted to see him fight, because I know they not. We waited forever for this man to fight Triple G, and then when he fought Triple G for real, he came up short in the first fight, and honestly, in my opinion, caught a draw in the second fight. So when I say in his biggest moments, he's come up short, I'm only referring to the biggest moments. And then when you look around, it's just like, man, even Ray Charles can see this shit, bro. Even Ray Charles can see this shit. You ain't got no time for Usyk, but you got all of the goddamn time in the world for goddamn motherfucking Alunga Makadu. Whatever his name is, Alunga Macadamia, whatever the fuck y'all want to call that dude, man. Come on, man. Fuck with your boy, man. I ain't trying to lead y'all down a dark path. I'm just saying, man, look, if somebody don't highlight it, you know what I'm saying, then nobody will ever be able to look at it from a different way, from a different point of view. I'm just saying, man, look, man. I just look, and here's the deal, right? It ain't that I want to see the guy lose. I've always been a fan of wanting to see fighters tested. How about that? You absolutely, Brian. And that's why you don't want to fight. See, this is the thing about Team Reynoso. They ain't going to take no more fights if they feel as though they ain't going to Team Canelo / Team Reynoso. They're not going to take no more fights if they feel as though they could lose. Ernest Landry Law was the last straw. And then you can see in his recent activity of all of the opponents he's fought since then, it'll tell you that either them motherfuckers are too old, too slow, ain't got no goddamn footwork, or they just willing to lay down. And see, Tyson Fury, he suffers from the same shit. Tyson Fury is a strategic ducker as well. For sure. But I'll be the first one to admit, I feel as though he has the superior skill set in the heavyweight division due to his size and his dimensions and all of that stuff. Even though I got Usyk #1 pound for pound, I feel like Tyson Fury definitely could beat Joshua from what I've recently seen. And I feel like Tyson Fury could beat Usyk based off smothering him with the weight and just brawling him. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Tyson Fury was smart and strategic about the way he make these moves as well. So it's not like Canelo is the only one. I'm just saying, these dudes aren't motherfucking enthusiastic about taking fights that they feel as though are a challenge to them. They're not. And people just act like they're not doing it in the way in which they are. Like, bro, that shit, like, them motherfuckers will tell you real quick, I ain't doing that. Nope. I'm a pick and choose. Well, God damn it, if you're picking and choosing, you picking and choosing like a fucking coward. Let's just call it what it is. CM10 salute. Coulda, shoulda, Fury has proven nothing. Not a goddamn thing. And when he proved himself, what did he prove? He proved that he loved Little Debbie zebra cakes 20 times more. He proved that he liked the little Christmas tree Little Debbie snacks that you can get during the holidays. And he proved that he liked zebra cakes, Star Crunch, and goddamn oatmeal cream pies that much more. He never wanted to fight Dillian White. He's been saying it for the past 3 years. You don't believe me? Just go back and watch the video I made. Been saying it for the past 3 years. He don't want no parts of that guy. He don't even want to engage in that. And you want to know one of the things that fears him the most? Like, look at this, man. Tyson Fury and all of the fights that Tyson Fury has been in recently, he has only been more than willing to take on guys that have an inferior skill set or guys that are willing to sit in his lap as he cradles them, kiss him in the mouth, or, you know what I'm saying, go ass to cheek with him, ass to waist with him at weigh-ins. Those are the facts. If a guy was really coming in to fight Tyson Fury, he don't want no parts of that shit, because when you thought Otto Wallin was coming in there to lay down, you got a real big pussy cutting the goddamn top of your forehead. Shit got real weird from you, and then the beast had to come out last minute. These are facts. Motherfucker was swinging everything he got at Otto Wallin. Couldn't knock a goddamn feather off his shoulder. The bitch punched, so the nigga don't got no punch. He couldn't knock a feather off that man's shoulder. That motherfucker ain't got no thump behind his punches, man. But he was winging everything at him. So when you got a guy like Dillian White who comes out in the interview and he states straight up like this is his opinion on the whole factor. Man, look, man, I'm not worried about punching this dude in his head, hitting him in his jaw, none of that, man. That motherfucker's a big target. I'm gonna hit that motherfucker wherever. I'm gonna punch him in the shoulder, in his gut, in his ribs, in his jaw. I'm just sitting back listening to this dude like, yeah, that's that shit you got to do, Dillian White. Basically, what he's telling the whole boxing world is all of y'all motherfuckers put this dude on the pedestal. When I get in this bitch, man, can man status. I'm going straight at this dude. I'm gonna pummel this big ass target. I'm gonna fold his body up until he fucking fall. Now, if Steve Cunningham could hit this dude in the second round and you would have thought that motherfucker got hit by an F5 goddamn tornado, what the hell do you think Dillian White motherfucker strong ass gonna do to him? Like everybody think the writing's on the wall for Tyson. Everybody think it's already set in stone when it comes to Tyson Fury's greatness. No, it's not. All of these heavyweights got to try each other, bro. And that's the difference between, eras before and now. All of those guys tried each other. And that's how, we had definitive understanding on what greatness is. You can't just have Tyson Fury come back and fight Deontay Wilder and now he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. We just going to restore his motherfucking his magical lineal status. We're just going to give him, top honors in the boxing world when Dillian White's been on nothing but a fucking tear. Anthony Joshua fighting everybody they throw in front of him. Tyson Fury over this joint pinching motherfucking man ass, motherfucking sucking man boobs and playing motherfucking beer pong with fucking gays and shit. Damn, I hope that shit don't get me demonetized. But at the end of the day, Usyk, he just coming up there. Yeah, he got an Anthony Joshua. He a top dog that puts him pound for pound number one. But I still feel like you need to see the Furies. You need to see the Whites and all of that. I just hate the fact that everybody always try to dismiss White like he's this bastard that didn't earn, earn his stripes on the way up. And he did it in a pretty much with a lot of and he had a way more, had a steeper learning curve than his peers. I just think it's funny how people just act like this dude he just already got it and nobody got to prove nothing. Nah, fuck that. They all got to prove something. And the only one that was about to separate himself from having to prove anything else to anybody was Anthony Joshua. But Usyk threw a wrench in that. We not going to kick our feet up based off the Deontay Wilders of the world. We not going to do that. We are not going to do that. Ever. We got to see these dudes tested just like the guys who was tested before. Muhammad Ali was going through hell, to get that status of greatness. So now we just going to pass up and forget all of the motherfucking hell Muhammad Ali had to go through to be considered great. Sugar Ray, the list goes on and on. We just going to pass all of these dudes up and just look at like, yo, all of these dudes got to do is pick and choose a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like celebrities in the club, just picking, picking a fucking bitch for the evening. Picking a woman for the evening. We just go and treat these dudes all of a sudden like, they've arrived. They're deserving to sit on the Mount Rushmore with the greats. Nah. These dudes are lesser than the ones that came before them. And until I start to see some valid tests, until I start to see some motherfucking O's turn to, ones or twos in the lost column, so on and so forth, with some credible names next to it, then I might say something different. But until then, y'all got a lot to do. If Fury wasn't such a bitch, we'd have a perfect setup to undisputed. Fury versus White is 1 versus 4. Usyk versus Joshua is 2 versus 3. And that's exactly what I was saying in the last video I did. I was like, bro, imagine if, the purse bid goes into zone favor or whatever the case may be, and they can host that, and Tyson doesn't drop the belt, and they had that fight, and then you got Usyk and Joshua having they fight, bruh. The clarity is, I can see a little bit clearer now in the heavyweight division, if those things were the case. But it seems like Tyson Fury, look, man, Tyson Fury, he's not like a complicated person to figure out. Tyson Fury, this is how Tyson Fury, in my opinion, he looks at the boxing world. Tyson Fury views it like this. Okay, I got the, you know what I'm saying? I got the win off Wilder. If you look back in history, I got the win off Vlad. You know, I do have a level of technical superiority when it comes to some of my peers or whatever. So I don't necessarily have to run out there and jump in the fight with this tough guy and that tough guy, because every argument in boxing is just literally just an argument of a bunch of freaking feelings, and people don't pay attention to the facts. So as long as you know, I just live in my world of denial and say, yo, I'm the best and can completely subconsciously impact that shit in people's mind. I got Klitschko under my record. I got Wilder beat. You know, I can just leave fans that are on my side to argue about the holes that are in my record, what I haven't accomplished, you know, some of my hardships or whatever, because the fans are going to argue that shit down. So it's no different than what other individuals do when it comes to just being strategic, to where it's like, yo, I'm going to try to make the most money I can by minimizing the risk and while having the ability to keep the name. That's what it seems like to me. Tyson Fury is very, very calculated, and he has a very good understanding on risk management and how not to risk it while talking it up and trying to keep himself relevant on some level, whether it's infamy or whether people really fuck with him. You know, he knows how to keep himself in that conversation, and rightfully so. If anybody has showed more chinks in their armor in the heavyweight division, Tyson has shown more in his. Because I don't care how many times you get knocked down, the nigga he's got a fucking a one pane window for a fucking chin. Period. Getting back up is cool, but dog, you can literally poke this guy in the chin and he's gonna fall over. You know, poke him in the chin. And I've never been on board with saying that Deontay Wilder hit so hard, because who is Deontay Wilder hitting? Like, you base a chin off of the level of opposition. You don't base a chin based off of you come knocking out every fucking can that's ever been, that's ever lived. Nah. You base a nigga's chin based off the opposition, the type of punches he's going up against. And Deontay Wilder's fought nothing but flat tires, and he was a flat tire himself. So do I think Fury has this power all of a sudden because he's with Sugar Hill? No, because it just takes, like, yo, if you got any type of boxing mind, like, yo, you should be able to see right through the nonsense. You really should. He's never been hurt by someone who can string punches together. Who has he really fought that can punch? I don't know who the guy who's really fought that can punch. I seen a cruiserweight knock him on his ass. That motherfucker damn near saw stars. Tyson Fury he almost knocked himself out. That motherfucker started twinkling super heavy when he uppercut himself. But fucking hernia. That shit bothering the fuck out of me. Yeah, man, but I ain't never seen that motherfucker do nothing but get hit by average dudes and get put on his ass. Like I try to tell everybody, and I try to prepare everybody for the type of outcome and the very hard fall that was going to be Deontay Wilder's career. I was like, stop gassing this dude, because he never was who he said he was. We don't know if he can punch or not. We damn sure know he can't defend himself. We know he can't string together no punches. He can't do none of that, like, for real. So it's like, how can we measure the type of power he really had? He ain't never really fought nobody. So it's like, for me, I still believe that there are a couple of other heavyweights that hit way harder than him. Honestly, everybody just got Tyson Fury as a shoe-in to beat Dillian Whyte. I just don't see it that way. Even though I think, even though I think Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua right now, I do believe that Dillian Whyte understands the stance he needs to take to beat a Tyson Fury. He sees it, bro. He sees it. He already says it out his mouth in interviews, bro. I've heard it. And I'm telling you, like, I'm not the end all be all when it comes to who I think is going to win or lose, but I'm pretty damn sound percentage-wise in my predictions and accurately depicting whatever's going to take place. And the way my boxing mind works, bro, I see what Dillian White, I see what he's going to try to do in there. And yeah, he can knock out Fury. Because I don't know how many of you guys think that 270 plus pound man is going to be able to move around the ring all night and get the fuck out of the way of the shots that he's throwing. And Dillian White has shown consistently over his fights that he has grown exponentially and especially throwing shots at the body. He loves working the body. So all I'm saying is, yo, if you don't think a motherfucker gets starched by Dillian White, if y'all going in there thinking that Fury, Dillian White just take whatever because he don't stand a chance, like, yo, you got another thing coming, my guy. You have another fucking thing coming. Because, yeah, man, the boy can get it done, man. I promise you that. So at the end of the day, man, all I want to do, I want to see this fight so we can get to the next one and then we could really understand, like, okay, which one is really superior out of the top 5 heavyweights that we have, because it seems to me from what Baaaaby is saying, first minute you're like, oh, we want him to take the $5 million at 25%. And then you're turning around and saying, oh, if he doesn't do that, we're going to fight Andy Ruiz or Helenius. You want to know why they saying they're going to fight Andy Ruiz or fucking Helenius? And on some real shit, Helenius might drop you. I ain't playing either. Helenius might drop him. On some real shit. The only reason they want to make those fights is because of the relationship they have with PBC right now, and the fact that them boys need them motherfuckers need each other like a paraplegic need a fucking wheelchair, man. It's a crippled relationship. Who's the wheelchair and who's the stinking ass in the seat? Either one of them, as far as I'm concerned, but clearly they both need each other. And it's like, we got, Al, breaker. We got to do something. We got to stop Eddie. Man, they heavyweights, man, they catching up to us. Oh my God, 4 years done crept up on us so fast. I told y'all a couple of years ago, I said, bro, this whole round robin and this whole, like, trying to guard, guard the baby tactics and shit like that was eventually going to cease to end. And I said around 2021, 2022. Now here we are moving into 2022. There ain't no more moves you can make, shake and bake. There ain't no more moves you can make, shake and bake. Magic Man, El Diablo, there ain't no more moves you can make. You're going to have to fight, period. Like they've used, look, man, if them motherfuckers was cats, they already used the 9th Life, and I swear to God, if it was a video game, they already got a bonus based off extra points. And they done burnt that bitch up too. They need to throw some more quarters in the machine. Look, at this point, man, y'all got to pay your fucking dues, man. Y'all done got around, weaseling around, keeping niggas tied up in frivolous trilogies and all of that shit, and y'all ain't make no money. Y'all couldn't even break even. Y'all didn't make no money. So now it's coming around that top ranking the PBC, you know what I'm saying? They working in tandem, you know what I'm saying? They fucking they Nickelodeon cat dog. One's the head and the other one's the ass. They just stuck together. Like they just can't, they act like they can't even survive without each other. Life raft and bitch nigga drowning. Choose one. Life raft, bitch nigga drowning, fucking pimp on the corner in a caddy. The other motherfucking fishnets and high heels. Choose one. They can't live without each other because they falling. And it's all catching up with them. Now we got to work together to see what else whatever mountain we can move. Look, man, these motherfuckers done use every trick that the rule books have to offer. Like it ain't even been a month and some change. They've used every rule book. They've used every skill. They've used every rule they possibly can in the fucking book. There ain't nothing else they could do. Ain't no dancing around this one. Y'all motherfuckers. Hell nah, they don't want to see Eddie win, Queen. They don't want to see that man win. Like I said, it's gotten so bad the way they like, look, man, It's like go Team America, fuck yeah. It's like we don't excuse me, we gonna look it's either team us or team them. What do you want to do, buddy? What do you want to do? Like, come on, guy. Come on. Them pay-per-view numbers finna go lower than Hermes Conrad had a limbo turn. Oh shit. Oh fuck, man. The WBC won't even go by their own rules. Not at all, man. Not at all. Next salute to you, man. Happy New Year, my bro. They won't. And you know, the crazy thing is Mauricio Suleiman is such a freaking snake that even stipulates, he even puts certain things in the rule book that would even make it to where, you know, the people he favor can go around and work their little magic and screwing people over. It's some bullshit. Look, man, it's been 4 years. Enough is enough. I'm tired of it. You know, you can't, like, it's like this. We went from watching the WBC protect Deontay Wilder for the American boxing market's interest and their fucking ego, you know, their egotistical need of wanting to be number one and carrying that. Like, yo, get over it. You know what I'm saying? It's the big guys in the UK time. Like, everybody get their turn, yo. And it's like I'm over it, dog. Like I'm just completely over it. They can use the gypsy magic Wilder was talking about. That gypsy magic got Wilder hiding in the darkest corner of his goddamn house, man. Look, man, all the money in the world can't make you happy after having to rewatch that ass whooping. Like, yo, if I was Deontay Wilder's kid, I'm gonna be petty as fuck. Like, every time my dad ground me or say something smart or whatever, I'm just gonna go in the living room on the biggest TV in the house, right? Wherever he like to spend most of his time, and I'm just gonna pop in Wilder versus Fury 2. Then when he really pisses me off, then I'm gonna cut on Wilder versus Fury 3. Nah, fuck it. We just gonna make it a whole marathon of the emotions of Deontay Wilder and the very calculated ass whoopings that Tyson Fury bestowed upon. But if I was that man kid, I'm gonna torture that motherfucker with his replays. Him getting his ass whooped, him screaming at Radio Raheem, him and them bum ass, dingy ass till this day, I'm a king t-shirts and this and that. Right, yo, this dude, man, like, parading around boxing, acting like he a businessman, acting like he opening up stores, you know what I'm saying this black power this, black power that, knowing damn well you getting your outfit made by two gay white men. Like, this dude, man, like, some things when you speak them, or, you know, when you speak them in existence, you cannot even believe that this is actually real. Like, I feel like if I was, like, just knowing who Deontay Wilder is, if you take in all of the things that he said, if you've looked at all the things that he's done, like, a majority of us would say, like, yo, this shit got to be a fucking dream, because I cannot believe what I'm witnessing here. This man is willing to make that much of an ass of himself. Like, man, listen, man. I've never known a dude to fucking name their belt. Who names their belt? Like, yo, who names their belt? It's weird. Oh, man, I'm named Belt Sophia. Sophia, that's my girl right there. I'll take her everywhere in the world with me. Bang squad. Like, fuck out of here, dude. Wilder owed TLC some royalties because I can't listen to that song no more after Twerkgate. Oh, man, like, yo, he really definitely went above and beyond. And then the bad thing is, I'm just like, yo, from a tribal perspective, speaking of myself here, you know, as an African American black man, I don't even like to say African American. It's just as a black man, I'm like, it really bothers me to understand that, you know, on the celebration of Juneteenth, this man is out there with his kids, firing off some cheap ass sparklers, look like he in the parking lot of his crib and shit like that, twerking while listening to TLC. Like, yo, we you supposed to be having an inspiring moment, but you do this speech over a karaoke machine in front of your family. You got your brother who's holding the camera steady as a motherfucker on your ass while you're twerking, talking about, man, bruh going into savage mode, bruh going into savage mode right there. And you're supposed to be doing this all in a celebration of, you know, the emancipation of the slaves. That awkward pause right there was intentional. I'm just confused. Bruh going into savage mode. I'm about to go jump out of a window on the first floor and pretend to end it all. Once again, another awkward bit of silence. Because who does this shit? Man, like you got your kids outside. You ain't got no shirt on. You twerking. You celebrating the emancipation of the slaves. Like, where does man? I hope everybody have a great New Year's. I'm out this motherfucker. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Me and DT3 might be back later to do a New Year's Eve live, cover some shit that him and I were talking about. So y'all could be seeing me again before the night's over. I just might be a little ripped. That's all. But yeah, man, I hope you all be safe out here, man. Stay blessed, man. Don't be afraid to spend a little extra money on an Uber. And if you got money on an Uber, get a signature jump for me. Respect, though.